Alright guys, it's Monday the 11th of May and it's another Savage Monday. So today we've got a workout for time. We've got 75 dumbbell thrusters followed by 75 devil's press. However, every 2 minutes you've got a different move to complete before you can get back onto those thrusters or back onto those devil's press. So once you hit 2 minutes, we're going to go for 8 handstand step-ups onto a plate and 5 handstand push-ups. On minutes 4, you're going to go for 19 down-ups. And minute 6, you're going to go for 42 double unders. So you'll keep rotating through those in that order. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, as long as it takes you to get all that done. This is actually a VE day workout, courtesy of Warrior Programming, so a bit late for Friday, but there we are. So scaling options, we can obviously scale the weight, use whatever weight you can for those thrusters and those devil's press. If we need to scale the handstand step-ups and the plate step-ups, we can go from a pike position, so I'll demo all that when we get to it. Down-ups are down-ups, we don't need to scale those. Double unders, if you don't have a rope or if you can't do them in your living room or whatever, we can go for 42 mountain climbers. Okay, so first things first, we're just going to get a little bit warm. I'm going to start off in our squat position. So we can sort of chill out down here. We're just feeling into how we feel. If you need to hold on to toes or hold on to an object so that you can sit down here, that's fine. Just try and sit down as low as you can. And then what we're going to do, if we place our hands behind us once we've sat there for a little bit, we're just going to go for some rotations. So you can allow your bum to hit the floor and rotate those legs back and forth, get some internal and external rotation. And once you've done a couple of those, each side, we'll go back into that squat, hang out there again, see how that feels. Now those hips might be open a bit more. Then we're going to press down into a bit of down dog. Again, not too much pressure here, just feel into it. Press those armpits into the floor. If you need that bend in the knee, that's fine. You can walk those feet out. Sorry, I can't see my feet. Walk those feet out, one at a time. Feel into that stretch there. And then we're going to go for some tabletop. We're just going to rotate in our shoulders here. Okay, so I want you to press through the floor, really feel into those scapulas. So allow, as though you're doing those scapular press-ups, allow them to come together. Slide them down and around. Then shoulders up to ears, together, back down. So we're trying to keep our elbows straight here and just isolate at the shoulder. Just rotating through the scapula. A few rotations there. And the other way. And then we can go for some cat-cows, get our spine involved. So again, pinch shoulder blades, look up, shoulders away from ears, tailbone up. Exhale, belly button up to the sky, tailbone under, look towards your knees. Press through those shoulder blades. In and out. And take a few breaths there. Then we're going to go in our reverse tabletop, get a bit of a sort of chest stretch, opening up here. We're just going to hold this for about 10 seconds or so. Okay, so that crab position there. Opening through the front of the chest. Quite nice there. All right, guys. So we'll get into the movements now. We're going to go for some tempo squats to get us warm for our thrusters. So remember, tempo means 3 seconds down, fire up for 1 second, all right? So I want you to give me 10 tempo air squats. And then we're going to do some negative press-ups. So again, ideally sort of a 3 to 5 second negative in that full plank position, okay? Make sure that your weight is slightly into your knuckles so that your elbows will stay over your wrists. Keep those elbows tucked in nice and tight, shoulders away from ears, chest all the way to the floor. I like to cue this as lead with your chest so that we're not snaking, okay? We need to keep that core nice and tight as well. And get back up however you want to. You're gonna go for 5 reps of those negatives, okay? So then hopefully our shoulders are feeling a bit warmer now. So we're gonna go through different handstand press-up progressions and get us nice and warm at the same time. So from tabletop, hands slightly wider than shoulder width. We're gonna angry cat like we did in that warm-up. Make sure our weight is shifted forward into our knuckles. Lower that head down nice and slowly in front of our hands. Press back up. You're gonna go for 5 nice and controlled reps of that. Then we're gonna try out our pike press-ups, which is one of the other scaling options. A little bit more challenging because we've got more weight over our hands. So from this pike position, you can sort of scale by how far your hips are over your shoulders, okay? But same ideas with that angry cat. We want to spread those shoulder blades, lower that head down to the floor, and then press back up. Okay, guys? If you struggle to do that, you can go to the regression before, and that's fine. All right, so have a little practice with that. Do sort of 5 to 10 reps, remembering that you've got 5 reps to do in the workout, or more, depending on how many times you have to do that. Right, so once we've done that, we'll have a little practice of our thrusters and our devil's press. So thruster, remember, grab your weight in one hand in that front rack position. We squat down, we squeeze our bum, press above our head, okay? So what I would recommend is having a little practice of that. 10 thrusters total, so 5 and 5 on each arm, see how that feels. And then our devil's press. If you've got a kettlebell, it's a bit more awkward. Dumbbell you can just keep hold of. If you've got a kettlebell, either put it on the floor next to you or turn it over and rest your hand on the head of the kettlebell. So devil's press is like a burpee. Down, swing those legs up to the outside of our hands, swing that object through, all the way up in one fluid motion. That's one devil's press, okay? So I'd have a go at 10 thrusters and 5 devil's press. See how that feels. See if you need to grab a different object or maybe scale those movements, depending on how you feel. Now, those are our main movements, but then like I said, we've got every 2 minutes, we've got different things to go through. So our handstand step-ups. Hopefully you can see me here. So if you've got a plate, use a plate. If you don't, you can use a big book, anything to step your hands up onto. So ideally from this handstand position, kick up against the wall, we shift our weight into one of our hands, step onto the plate, and the other one, and then back down. Okay, so every step that you take, 1, 2, but then coming off doesn't count. Okay, so it's every time you step up, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So those are your step ups. So you've got 8 of those to do on sort of the first rotation of your 2 minutes, plus 5 handstand press ups. So if you can stay up against the wall, by all means do it from there, or if you need to take a regression of a handstand press up movement, that's fine. 5 handstand press ups. So that's on the 2 minute mark. Then we've got 19 down ups on minute 4. So a down up, you won't use your weight. It's the burpee but without the droid. It's just chest to floor. Fling those hips back up. No joy, no joy. Don't clap above your head. Just stand up. And then 42 double unders. So on minute 6, you'll be doing 42 double unders. To practice for this, we can do some penguin claps. So I'd recommend just sort of 30 seconds or so of our penguin claps. Remember our penguin clap, we want to jump nice and straight, stay on the balls of our feet, and we tap our thighs twice at the speed that we would want to be flicking that rope around. Okay, so have a little 30 seconds or so practice of that if you're going to be doing your double unders. If not, we can do mountain climbers. So our mountain climbers, from this plank position, we bring our feet up to our hands, okay? So foot through, foot through. You can go faster if you jump those legs, okay? But I want those feet to come through all the way to hands if you're doing those mountain climbers, okay? So not necessarily easier than double unders. All right, guys, that's your warm-up, that's your workout. Keep going until you get all 75 thrusters and 75 devil's press done. Make sure you do that work every 2 minutes. Bye.